Lack of goals undermines the Swiss. It's a year since a forward last scored. That was Alexander Frey. He was booed on Friday after missing a penalty against Australia. 4 changes from that friendly. Benaglio, Schwegler, von Bergen and Ziegler all come in. On the bench, Gelson Fernandez, the man who scored the winner in Durban 2 months ago against Spain. After a week of lurid tabloid tales, Wayne Rooney does start. At centre-back, Michael Dawson's replacement is Joleon Lescott, alongside former Everton teammate Phil Jagielka. Jermaine Defoe's been prolific in the last year for England. 7 of his 15 goals have come since the start of the last English season. On the bench, Gary Cahill, who was tipped by many to start at centre-back tonight. Would be just his second cap, though, the Bolton Wanderers player. In red, it's the Swiss to start. The team who beat Spain in their first World Cup game in the summer. England, whose World Cup has been one to forget. 2 wins since, though. The Hungarians in a friendly in August and that 4-0 win against Bulgaria on Friday night. 1 or 2 more encouraging signs for England, who, before the World Cup, were tipped by many as potential winners and certainly among the favourites, but in those finals just simply failed to fire. Why, we're not quite sure, but Rooney & Co had a very below-par summer in South Africa. And these headlines this week have been off the field, hoping to bounce back in footballing style tonight. Joe Hart away for England. By Maigarats. There's Lescott. Lescott's 10th cap tonight. Now Gerrard flicks on, looking here for the pace of Theo Walcott, who will light the fires here and is just pulled back by David Degan. Degan, whose brother Philip, his twin brother Philip, had a spell with Liverpool in the English Premier League. He's now playing in Germany. Philip, and David Degan is based with Young Boys in Bern. Runners up in the Swiss League last season. Here's Ashley Cole for Wayne Rooney. Rooney has Gerrard square. Frey nips in there for Switzerland. Now the combative Gurkhan Inler, but now Jermaine Defoe finds Milner. Up against von Bergen Inlet. Von Bergen should deal with this, and Lichtsteiner will certainly do that. Would have done had Defoe not fouled him. Hat-trick against the Bulgars on Friday. Jermaine Defoe, who will be in the Champions League this season with Tottenham Hotspur. They became Young Boys of Bern in the playoff to reach the group stage of the competition. This is Diego Benaglio, very much the first choice. He's with Wolfsburg in Germany under the former England coach, now Steve McLaren. Away by Lescott, now Defoe. Has to involve Rooney, who will sit deep just off Defoe. Here's Gerrard. Glenn Johnson. Now Phil Jagielka. Many felt should have been in the World Cup squad for the summer, the Everton defender. Gerrard. Defoe will look to test and tease Glichting here. Defoe. And Glenn Johnson. Johnson away. He goes, gets the crossing as well. Too long for Rooney. And Xavier Marguerite will run the ball clear here for the Swiss. Swiss team who are hard to break down. Defends so well. Here's Milner for Rooney. In the middle is Walcott and Defoe. It's meant for Jermaine Defoe, but Rooney's cross is overhit. It is a wet night. The pace on the surface will certainly affect balls that bounce on it. This is Reto Ziegler, a player who had a spell in England with Tottenham Hotspur, with Sampdoria in Italy. Dagan was the intended target man there for Dirty Ock to find. This is Glenn Johnson and Theo Walcott. Surprise World Cup omission And here's the pace he does have. In the middle, Rooney and Defoe. Walcott running at Grichting, who is a fairly tough cookie. Stefan Grichting. He is now with Auxerre in France. He'll be with them in the Champions League this season. I'm sure he's ruining or relishing their draw. Auxerre have drawn Real Madrid, AC Milan and Ajax in their group stage of the Champions League. Here's Alexander Fry. He'll be there with Basel. On to David Dagen. Dagen for Fry. Dagen for return pass. Picked off by Jagielka. It's a good surface, a true surface. This is Pirmin Schwegler. And again, Schwegler number 6 here. Schwegler's long ball here for Owen Derdiok, who's very much the more abrasive, angular of the two Swiss strikers. Barry. For Defoe, though, that's Van Bergen's header away for Switzerland. At 17 in the world, Switzerland. They are a decent team under Ottmar Hitzfeld. Coach twice a winner of the Champions League with first Borussia Dortmund and then Bayern Munich. He did have his team in South Africa, well-oiled and well-drilled. They were very hard to break down. The Spanish and lost by a single goal to Chile. In the last game they were held 0-0 by Honduras. Ziegler up against Walcott. Ziegler, though, with an unfair shoulder challenge on Theo Walcott. Walcott's only goals came in one game, 3 of them in a World Cup qualifier in Croatia 3 years ago now. 3 years ago this week. Now Glenn Johnson. Johnson for Walcott again. He's had a bright and busy start so far, the Arsenal man. 4 goals in 3 league games for Arsenal so far in the Premier League this season. Grichting. Now Gökhan Inler. Schwegler. Again will pressure Glenn Johnson. Joe Hart, I know many feel, will be England's goalkeeper for a long time to come. He has begun this season as first choice ahead of Shea Given at his club Manchester City. There's Rooney of the other Manchester club looking for Jermaine Defoe. England's start so far, you'd say, is encouraging enough. A point here wouldn't be a bad result against the other stronger team in the group, you'd say on paper. Rooney has to focus on the game tonight. Forget the paper headlines and the field goings on for now. His kick was not the best. It does reach Ziegler, though. Dagen, cleverly done, into Fry, and the return ball for David Dagen. Heart away, too much anxiety. It's a foul against Dagen, and there might be a card here coming from Nicola Rizzoli for Dagen's reaction, I think. Dissent more than the actual challenge from Dagen, I think, but here's, I think, a final warning, a wagging of the finger from Nicola Rizzoli. And now England restart. Ashley Cole, the left-back, look how advanced he is there. Cole, who moves within 1 cap of England's most capped full-back of all time. Kenny Sampson has 86. Today is Ashley Cole's 85th cap. He moves level with Gary Neville on that score. Here's Gerrard for Ashley Cole. Glenn Johnson. They miscued the ball forward there, Johnson, and Jagielka here wants the goalkeeper to take control of things, and Joe Hart does. Joe Hart, who 4 years ago was on the books of hometown Shrewsbury Town in the 4th tier of English football. Now he's England's first choice goalkeeper. Ashley Cole, 9 years now Ashley Cole has been in the team. much a first choice for all of those 9 years as well. Barry. Lescott across to Jagielka, Everton teammates for Lescott's big money move a year ago to Manchester City. This is Theo Walcott with 3 around him in red. He's going to find Glenn Johnson though. Johnson away from Ziegler. Johnson's cross into the near post and Rooney! Rooney right to the right headlines. Inside 10 minutes, England's man under the microscope has got the opening goal. Not too much emotion on Wayne Rooney's face, it's been that kind of week. Walcott here was the man who began things for England. Johnson was the next in line, got away from Ziegler, and Rooney steals in his first goal for the national team for a year. Had a hand in all 4 against the Bulgarians on Friday, and now scores of his own volition. Wayne Rooney scores and everyone's happy. So Rooney with the goal. It is his 26th in 67 caps for England. And Walcott is still injured after his involvement in the goal. Capello thinking there may be need for a substitution here. The stretcher not too easily, Theo Walcott. It was in the mix here when the ball comes in. Yeah, the ankle maybe just went into the challenge as Rooney puts the ball in the net. A sure concern for Arsene Wenger, as much as for Fabio Capello. Adam Johnson might be about to come on for England, the player who scored his first goal for the national team on Friday in his 3rd cap, but Walcott, this evening is going to end very, very swiftly. Johnson getting warm. It is a wet night, but a fairly mild night in Basel. It's Von Bergen and now Lichtsteiner. Gökhan Inlet. So Rooney's goal, the England wanted. Plenty of speculation that Rooney wouldn't even play tonight because of what's gone on since Sunday, but Capello was adamant he would back his man, and he's been repaid with a goal already from Wayne Rooney. Bellagio's kick has given England a rather soft throw in here, which Glenn Johnson takes. Jagielka. Barry for Defoe, he's got support from Milner. Now Ashley Cole will join in. Pressuring Lichtsteiner, England down to 10 men with Johnson yet to come on. Johnson's 4th cap will come in rather unfortunate circumstances with the injury to Theo Walcott, that ankle knock, which is going to be a huge blow to club and to country. Walcott off and Adam Johnson on. The player from Manchester City. Ziegler or Stefan Grichting. Gökhan Inlet. Lichtsteiner. Margerats. Lichtsteiner again. And they call Forrest Gump at his club Lazio because of his tireless running, the right back. Gökhan Inlet pulled back by Steven Gerrard. Margerats. Here is Lichtsteiner. Ashley Cole does his job and Milner able to clear. Up to Defoe, he held off the challenge of Von Bergen. Grichting. Gökhan Inlet. And retain possession for now, but then it's given away, and Grichting finds Alexander Frei for Switzerland. This is David Degen and Reto Ziegler. Gökhan Inler. Bit of room now for Pirmin Schwegler. Schwegler's pass, and on that zippy surface, the ball just picked up pace to elude Alexander Frei. 6 goals in 5 league games in the Swiss Super League this season for Frei for Basel. But goalless for a year for the national team. It's the booze for the country's all-time record scorer on Friday in St Gallen when they drew 0-0 with Australia. Pretty low-key, by all accounts, friendly. Schwegler here, and it comes to Ziegler via Degen. Schwegler. The best ball, it's going to be Jagielka's ball away. Milner. Von Bergen, Defoe was with him, and of course will come Stefan Grichting. Part of that World Cup team in the summer, Grichting. Well, that may be their first choice 2 centre-backs in Philippe Senderos and Johan Juru, both on the injured list. Ashley Cole, neat combination with Milner. Now Rooney. And his ball just clipped out here to Glenn Johnson, who has lots of grass to run into. Adam Johnson's first involvement here. And Gerrard. And Rooney. And now Milner. In the middle he's got support from Defoe, and Rooney's joining him now. Led by Stef von Bergen. Ashley Cole for England. Wayne Rooney. Good possession, but Rooney's reverse ball doesn't quite come off. It's picked up by Gerrards. And now Dirdiok's pace up against Lescott. Here comes Joe Hart. And Hart got there well. Gerrard. His last game in Switzerland was 12 years ago, a 1-1 friendly draw when Ramon Vega gave the Swiss the lead, only for Paul Merson to score a late equaliser for England. The last meaningful game was at the Euros 6 years ago in Portugal, winning 3-0 with 2 goals from a teenage Wayne Rooney. Rooney again has done the damage so far tonight. This is Grichting for Switzerland for Ziegler. Into Degen. Neat play from Degen. Frei. Return ball for Degen, who then gives Frei an earful, let's say. Certainly shot a rather sharp glance at his captain. For Defoe. Defoe takes on Grichting, who has pulled him back. That's going to be England's free kick in what could be a promising situation for them here. Stefan Grichting couldn't get a bit of Jermaine Defoe by fair means. This is Lescott for Rooney. To Johnson. Johnson now with Glenn Johnson, both on the right-hand side. This is Glenn Johnson. And Gerrard for Jermaine Defoe here, but the bounce eludes him. It was a lovely ball from Gerrard to try and find Defoe, but again, maybe that surface, the fast surface, the wet surface was a factor here. It's a super pass, onside as well, played on by Von Bergen. Defoe couldn't quite get the finish here. Aglio clears, beaten by Rooney inside 10 minutes. Here is Rooney again. Rooney for Milner. He'll take on Lichtsteiner. Milner's cross deflects, behind off Lichtsteiner for a corner. Maybe there was no deflection, but Milner's just moved for big money from Aston Villa to Moneybags Manchester City. Capello, who has been vilified in the British press, the English press, since the World Cup. He had such high hopes, of course, but it all went so wrong in the World Cup, and no one really knows why. tiredness or players' relationships or something else, who knows? Will we ever know what happened in South Africa for England? This is Von Bergen for the Swiss. It's Dagan, but Glenn Johnson is there to win the ball for England. England's start has been pretty solid. The line now with a goal from Rooney as well. Didn't qualify, of course, for the last Euros. England, they lost out to Croatia in the qualifying for the last finals. Under Steve McLaren, who didn't survive the disappointment of not qualifying, and he's now gone on to become a very successful club coach in Europe, first with FC Twente and now with Wolfsburg in Germany. It's Margerat, hits it long here for Derdiok. And Johnson there, but it's going to come to Derdiok. Derdiok looking for Fry, but coming clear. Here's Milner again. There's a flag, I think, for a late challenge on Milner as he played the ball there for England, so called back for their free kick. It was Italian tonight. Come in there with the captain when they beat the Spanish at the World Cup. Fry was injured for that one. Gerrard. A bit long here for Defoe's pace, up against Richting again. Richting again, man-handling Jermaine Defoe. It's going to come here to Adam Johnson. Johnson has Gerrard square, and now Glenn Johnson. Adam Johnson with a trick to get away from Ziegler. Adam Johnson pulls it back for Defoe, who got the shot away, but it's off target. Feeling England think they could get at Rito Ziegler here, the left back. He was at fault for the goal as Glenn Johnson crossed. Now Adam Johnson beat him for pace with a clever trick. This time the ball in found Defoe, not Rooney. And the result was rather different. So Jagielka's headed towards Adam Johnson. This is Piermin Schwegler for David Dagan. Alexander Fry's offside, so the ball can't go to him. Schwegler. Long looking for Fry, but too long. And England have been defensively sound so far with a quarter of the game gone. Joe Hart has yet to have a save in anger. Gareth Barry. Rooney. Lescott for Jagielka. Johnson into Defoe, clever touch looking for Rooney. "29 years since the Swiss last beat England. That was in 1981 in this stadium. Qualifying for the Spanish World Cup of '82. Barry. This is Lescott. Gerrard. Rooney. Moving on now to Defoe for Rooney again. The return ball was short. Gerrard will start the move again though with Glenn Johnson. Now Steven Gerrard once more. And with bags of possession here in the game so far. The Swiss at times can barely get a kick of the football. Ashley Cole. Total control so far by England. There's Defoe, and in collision with Lichtsteiner. Now, did Defoe lead with the arm in challenging the Lazio full-back? He's a fairly tough cookie, is Stefan Lichtsteiner. A Lille player in France. He spent the last couple of years with Lazio. Midway through the first half, and Wayne Rooney's goal was the difference. It had to be Rooney, I guess, given the papers before the game. This is Xavier Margerat for Rito Ziegler. The strains of God Save the Queen are deserved. England And certainly bossing the game. Lichtsteiner up against Lescott. It's going to be a Swiss throw. How can they fashion their first chance of the game? It's the Spanish at the World Cup. They were very much second best, but defended well. Then with one shot on goal, scored the only goal of the game and beat Spain 1-0. Now a team who do build their approach on a very solid defensive platform. Darren Bent on the bench. This challenge deemed a little over physical. It's going to be a free kick here for Ashley Cole. And 2 wins from 2 games would be the perfect start for England, and it'd certainly be a good foundation to their qualifying campaign. Only the group winners qualify for certain. Across the 9 groups, it's the one best second place team, then the other 8 second place teams then play off for 4 more places in the finals in Ukraine and Poland. Jermaine Defoe for Wayne Rooney. Here goes Defoe. Defoe's in here, but Denaglio off his line to come and gather. And they almost got the ball through to assist England's second goal, having scored the first himself, but Diego Denaglio here was off his line very adroitly. Previous meetings and 13 England wins. Now a team, the Swiss, who England have got a good record against, only 3 defeats in that time as well. And 1 defeat since 1947 to Switzerland. That game, as I mentioned earlier, back in 1981. We meet in the Euros 96 too, as England were hosts, 1-1 draw at Wembley. Adam Johnson for Glenn Johnson. Glenn Johnson, up by Ziegler, goes square now to involve his captain Gerrard, and now Glenn Johnson. Gerrard. Adam Johnson. Another incision here. Milner for Adam Johnson. Now Rooney again. Rooney, Ashley Cole arriving here. Ashley Cole's ball in, looking for Defoe. And Von Bergen's touch there was key. England still knocking on that Swiss door ever louder, looking for his second goal. Rooney again was involved. Here's Gerrard. Gareth Barry. Ashley Cole. England so far are totally dominant. There's Milner up against Von Bergen. Milner's cross, Defoe's in there. England looking ever more likely getting that second goal. Defoe again was the player nearest to this. Good play from Milner to get away from Von Bergen. Ball zipped across between goalkeeper and centre forward. His dominance, he just needs a second goal to underline it now. The Swiss surely can't play as poorly as this all night. Most of your dominant spell. This is Julian Lescott for Steven Gerrard. And Rooney. Instead to Schregler. Schregler can find Fry. Well, Fry and Derdiok so far have been really peripheral, the 2 forwards for Switzerland. Across to Lescott, no Rio Ferdinand and no John Terry and no Michael Dawson, all injured of course, centre-backs for England. Milner tries to get Ashley Cole away. Defender here is David Degan. Stefan Grichting. Ziegler. That's what is there, and now Ashley Cole. Dagan for Aaron Derdiok for Alexander Fry here, but Milner comes across to cover. Certainly had an eye on the Swiss captain. It's going to break for Rooney, maybe. Gökhan Inler, though, for Switzerland, who's a very tough tackler, the Udinese midfielder. Very abrasive player is Gökhan Inler. Big Swiss fan favourite, who loves to get stuck in and spice things up in the midfield. This is Xavier Marguerite. Schwegler, Ziegler, Marguerite. This is a better spell by the Swiss. More possession, certainly. It's given away by Ziegler, and Adam Johnson skips away from him. With him is Rooney. Ahead is Defoe. Milner joins in that England raiding party. Rooney. Half an hour gone. Rooney went for goal himself, but it's over the top from Wayne Rooney, who is one of those to have a very poor World Cup by his standards. In truth, none of the pre-World Cup big-name players had good World Cups, but Rooney's form was particularly disappointing. And his key role he played in qualifying as well for England, where he was a talisman as they won their group. Just the one loss to Ukraine when qualification was already assured. There's Milner, lost out though, and Ziegler and Grichting here for Switzerland. Steve von Bergen, Lichtsteiner, Dagan and Marguerite have swapped flanks for now for Switzerland, the two wide midfield players. It is pretty much a 4-4-2 for the Swiss, and I'd say a 4-4-1-1 with Rooney behind Defoe for England. This is Dagan and Lichtsteiner. The Swiss have had a brighter couple of minutes. This is Marguerite. And Fry's touch sends Derdiok the wrong way. 31 now, Alexander Fry, 79th cap tonight, 40 goals, a national record. Out of sorts for the national team for now. Yeah, since his last goal. I'm going to say for 2 days, and it's that time, 363 days since a forward last scored for the Swiss national team, which is an unfortunate record. He scored in 6 of their last 11 internationals. They haven't scored tonight either. They haven't made a chance yet inside the first, 33 minutes of the match. Gerrard and Dagan. Milner for Rooney. The goal was overlapping him. Marguerite. Ziegler. He's had a pretty torrid start of the game, the former Spurs fullback. Much more offensive-minded Rito Ziegler. More as a left winger for Tottenham. Dagan and Derdiok. Derdiok for Marguerite, whose touch was heavy. And away will come Adam Johnson here for England. The most advanced. It's meant for Jermaine Defoe here. Dio comes off limits and the goalkeeper gets it away. Switzerland 0, England 1. 3 minutes gone. And Rooney's goal is the only goal so far. And his opposite number, Ottmar Hitzfeld, two highly decorated coaches, 16 league titles between them, 3 Champions League titles as well. Both had rather mixed fortunes at the World Cup. coaches in their 60s had their first taste of the World Cup as coaches in the summer. Hearts with Diop very close to him, got the ball away safe enough. Richting now for Margaerats. Tries ahead of him. Gökhan Inler. The Swiss forwards haven't got going so far tonight. To really force this man into any serious action with his hands. One or two clearances he's done okay with. It was close to him though, wasn't it? Hart, first choice now with his club, Manchester City. Rooney. Ashley Cole, he'll get the ball away. Jermaine Defoe. James Milner. Milner up against Von Bergen. He's so strong and skillful, and then Lichtsteiner comes in and stops him in his tracks. It was pushing there from Milner for England briefly. One of the few players to come out of the World Cup campaign with great credit for England. He assisted in Defoe's winning goal against Slovenia. Again, they managed to win. That's with the USA and Algeria. Maybe defeated Germany 4-1 in the round of 16 in South Africa. England's ranking of 13th at the finals was their lowest in a World Cup ever. This is Adam Johnson. Adam Johnson! Oh, good hit! Just over the top. He got his first goal on Friday and he's got the taste for it seems, for England. Johnson just had a swing at this, it just tips over the crossbar. Player who has come on leaps and bounds in the last 12 months. This is Gökhan Inler. Rito Ziegler for Stefan Grichting. The Swiss have been second best so far by an awful long way. They raised themselves and going more in the second half. This is Gökhan Inler for Rito Ziegler. Ziegler's cross, promising one as well towards Diop. It's got half away. Fry in there with Barry. This is Lichtsteiner. Up against Milner, Lichtsteiner, and then Barry takes out Stefan Lichtsteiner. It's going to be a Swiss free kick, no complaints on that one. The conditions may have owed much to the heaviness of the challenge, but we have no complaints. This was a free kick, Gareth Barry on Stefan Lichtsteiner. And this will give the Swiss their first chance to really get the ball in the box and really ask a question or two of Joe Hart. Up to now, the Swiss attack has been rather toothless. The team who unlocked Spain famously at the World Cup, and they unlock England here. The Swiss team who struggled for goals. They scored 6 of 11 in the last year. Games since they last scored more than once. They take one for now. Alexander Frey on this free kick for Switzerland. There's 6 to aim for. Alexander Frey's ball in towards Margaerats and Degen. Degen off target. It'll go down as the Swiss team's first attempt on goal of the night. Not the best either. Degen off balance, off target. Time too to read the volley, didn't he? Degen had a swing at it. He has never scored in 11 previous caps. They're full house them in Basel, and so far the away team England are no one's happier. This is Lichtsteiner for David Degen. Degen with Milner. It's been a reign of highs and lows for Ottmar Hitzfeld, the current Swiss coach. The reign began more or less with a Really disappointing qualifying home defeat to Luxembourg in the World Cup qualifiers, and of course they came back to win the group. This is Reto Ziegler for Gökhan Inle. Dagen's header on towards Schwegler. It's a goal kick. The Swiss say corner. The officials, whose opinion matters, say goal kick only. Last 5 minutes and a bit of the first half in Basel, and Joe Hart's on course to a second successive qualifying clean sheet. Rooney with Pirmin Schwegler. Lichtsteiner. Away, and Escott is limping away from that. This is Rooney. Gerrard. Next though here to Marguerite for the Swiss. He's got Fry with him. Alexander Fry. Ziegler. Marguerite. Can they fashion just a strike on goal here late in the first half, Switzerland? They're going to get a free kick. Glenn Johnson in the back of Fry. 31 Alexander Fry. He's in France and Germany, and back in the Swiss league with Basel. Had a broken arm last season, missed a large chunk of the Swiss campaign before the World Cup. Still very much the main man when it comes to centre forward for the national team. This free kick here, Alexander Fry's ball in. Ziegler. Fry. Lichtsteiner. Picked up by Barry. And now here comes the counter. Ashley Cole. In the middle is Rooney. Cole with Dagen. Cole strong, but then Inle wins the ball. Referee waves play on. No foul on Ashley Cole. Gökhan Inle. Aaron Derdiok here for Switzerland. Fry in the middle. Up against Jagielka. Derdiok. By half, he got the ball away. Lichtsteiner to find a trick to escape Milner. Barry to Cole. Dagen was warned earlier. I would say is a final warning. 3 minutes then of the first half in wet and windy Basel. And with that 1-goal Wayne Rooney lead. Full house as Hart restarts here for England. And was just blocked off by David Dagen. Boys, the runners-up to Basel in the Swiss League last season, a dramatic finish. The last game of the season decided the Swiss title when Basel went to Young Boys and won 2-0. This is Rooney. Rooney for Jermaine Defoe. Great control, Jermaine Defoe still. Defoe! Benaglio saves. Defoe again maybe. Now Milner. Milner's ball in for Rooney, but there's Benaglio again with a more routine gather this time. One, it could be 2, 3, even 4 here in the first half for England. Defoe with great control here. And the goalkeeper with a good, strong pair of hands to beat the ball away. Ziegler. Marguerite. Second goal you would sense would give England a match-winning platform, perhaps. And it's still a slender and relatively dangerous lead, despite their dominance. They could have had a hat-trick in this game as well as on Friday. It's Grichting. Grichting clear. The no-nonsense centre-back is Stefan Grichting. Too much in the way of ball playing skills, but lots of brawn about him. This is Pierre Schwegler. And Ziegler, he's got Dirdiok here. To Gurkhan inlet. Very good. There's one, says the referee, and Barry finds Rooney. Now the break is on. Gerrard arriving, and Defoe also. Last touch wasn't the greatest. Steiner clear for Switzerland. Gareth Barry. It's only half for him. Adam Johnson. Glenn Johnson. 10 seconds of the first 45 minutes to play. Johnson who takes on Ziegler and Margeratz. It's a super run here from Adam Johnson. He'll keep on going too, and he'll tee up Wayne Rooney here for England's second goal perhaps. Rooney's still there. Rooney's cross. Defoe waiting! And couldn't find the killer connection. Well watched by Grichting in truth, but Jermaine Defoe in this first half could have had a hat-trick again. 3 goals on Friday, and in this first half alone, at least 3 very good chances. So the first of 2 additional minutes. It's a James Milner corner. Glenn Johnson. Eludes James Milner this time. Well, Jermaine Defoe in this first half has seen chance after chance passing by. Great run here by Adam Johnson to find Rooney. He's got away from the defenders and the goalkeeper to get the cross in. The top marks here to Stefan Grichting. Lichtsteiner. Schwegler. Dagan. There's the time for the Swiss to put together one more attacking move in the first half. It's David Dagan here for them. The time has around 40 seconds in the first half left to run. It's Xavier Margeratz here for Alexander Fry. Grichting. Margeratz. Here goes Fry. Jelka comes across and marshals him well. The 2 England centre-halves may not be first choice, Jagielka and Lescott, but they've had a very solid first half. In the steads of the likes of Rio Ferdinand and John Terry and Michael Dawson, but it's not missed so far because those 2 are having a fine old night. Ziegler. There is the whistle to end the first half, in which England have scored once through you-know-who, Wayne Rooney, but Jermaine Defoe has had at least 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 good chances to score to put this game to bed. Wayne Rooney has got the only goal so far tonight. Capello's team on course at the halfway mark for a second successive win in qualifying Group G. The half-time score then, in a wet and wild Basel, is Switzerland 0, England 1.
SPL continues this weekend with a live doubleheader. First up, it's to New Douglas Park as the Ackies welcome Rangers. And that's followed by Celtic versus Hearts, live from Parkhead. A live SPL doubleheader this weekend on Setanta Sports.
Do you know your Materazzi from your Maserati? Your Buffon from your Buffon? Your Toddy from your Toddy? Then you need to get Setanta Sports. Over 750 exclusive matches, including the best of Serie A, the Bundesliga, the FA Cup, the Scottish Premier League, and Euro 2012 qualifiers. Get football, get Setanta Sports.
Live Serie A continues this weekend with an exclusive doubleheader. Newly promoted Brescia play host to Palermo, and that's followed by Lazio versus Bologna. Live Serie A this weekend on Setanta Sports. Log on to our website for scheduling and information.
The Eredivisie on Setanta Sports. Log on to our website for scheduling and information.
Welcome back to Basel from Dan O'Hagan. A half-time change here made by the Swiss. It's the 18-year-old wonder kid coming on, Jordan Jacquiri of Basel, on for Xavier Marguerite. Jacquiri coming on to win just his 7th cap. He had a fairy tale first pro season last year, won the League and Cup double, and then went to the World Cup as well with Switzerland. With Albanian Kosovan roots. As England start the second half now with Jacquiri to face. The new man for the Swiss is a pacey winger, a player full of tricks and just raw potential. He played some 13 minutes of the World Cup as a late substitute in their last game. This is Milner for England against Stefan Lichtsteiner. Jacquiri certainly a player who offers a different threat to what the Swiss had in the first. Who really played in qualifying for the Champions League this season with Barnsley's club. And his league debut on the first day of last season for FC Basel in this stadium. Hard here. And Adam Johnson for Glenn Johnson. If they want to change their attack, they do have the tall figure of Marco Strella on the bench as well, another Basel player who could come on and 6'5", be a more different, more direct route to goal than maybe Diop and Fryer have offered in the game so far. This is Julian Lescott for England. Lescott, and then the give and go from Milner. Well, Lescott and Jagielka in the first half, and Hart were very solid backbone to England. The Swiss yet to really force a serious save from him. And here's the man who's got the goal so far, Wayne Rooney. Rooney still, it's a super run. Looks for Adam Johnson. Adam Johnson in the first half had one shot just over. He's a player clearly full of confidence after the way he has begun his new club season with Manchester City. In the hunt here for his second England goal in 2 games in a matter of days. Thumbs up, but since coming on, Johnson has caught the eye, that's for sure. Diop on towards Alexander Frey. Have to get those front 2 more involved, Switzerland. Diop and Frey were not involved enough in the first half. Isolated figures. This is a Gökhan Inler. Given away. Now Rooney, Defoe is with him. Rooney tries to find Defoe, but finds only the shins of Steve von Bergen. Gökhan Inler. Now Reto Ziegler will get away. Ziegler's pass for Jacquiri. Frey. Now Jacquiri. Made a goal for Frey in the second leg of the Champions League playoff for Basel against the Sheriff of Moldova a couple of weeks ago. Rooney deep to get involved. He's got support from Milner and from Defoe. This is Ashley Cole now joining the England attack. Milner and Gerrard and Adam Johnson. Adam Johnson for Ashley Cole. That's the studs of Lichtsteiner, and behind for England's first corner of the second half. Scott and Jagielka now will come forward to offer their presence to the attack. On cue is Jagielka. It's Milner's corner. Very clear. Milner, his former Aston Villa club mate now out of Manchester City, Gareth Barry. Glenn Johnson. Another hit ball looking to take out Milner again. The two wide players, well, three I guess if you include Walcott early on, have caught the eye so far as Dagan up against Cole. It goes against Dagan, who was warned twice in the first half. A final warning for David Dagan. Must be close to a yellow card by now. We've had none so far in the game. Rooney. That's not the only goal we've had in the game so far. Glenn Johnson for Steven Gerrard. Rooney breaks to Barry, and then Gerrard for Rooney again. Neat and tidy here from England. Trying to find that second goal from somewhere to give them some breathing space. Milner up against Dagan. Dagan leads the Swiss counter. He's under fire. He's won the free kick here for the Swiss. Coached now by Otmar Hitzfeld for 2.5 years since he replaced Kobe Kuhn at the end of the last European Championship, which they were the co-hosts of course, with Austria. The team got past the group stage a couple of summers ago. The Swiss have been serial qualifiers for the World Cups and for European Championships of late. There's Ashley Cole trying to Milner is playing as a second striker in the second half, up alongside Defoe, with Rooney behind the two of them. That's von Bergen for Grichting. And now Ziegler for Switzerland. This is Xherdan Shaqiri. Benaglio, Defoe closing him down. Rooney cushioned down into the path of Barry, who can't quite find Gerrard. Schwegler and Gürkan in Lair. About the Swiss team's only real striker goal for a while. They haven't made too much in terms of chances. There was one in the first half for Dagan, and the second for Inler. A regular score. He's only got 3 and 41 before tonight for Switzerland. With Udinese now in Italy's Serie A. The heart towards Milner. Taken away by Lichtsteiner here for Dagan. Schwegler inside. Now Rooney. Schwegler hassles him. Ahead Defoe. Schwegler got the key touch for Switzerland. This is the first game of the qualifying campaign for Switzerland. And second, of course, they put 4 past Bulgaria at Wembley on Friday night. Here comes Xherdan Shaqiri. And Derdiok tries to get the ball back through to Shaqiri. Gerrard. Schwegler. The next game for the Swiss is on October the 8th when they go away to Montenegro. And 4 days later they host Wales. England's next game is October the 12th when they are home to the Montenegrins. And they go into hibernation until March when they travel to Cardiff to face Wales. Ashley Cole, with David Degan hassling him and maybe having a kick at Ashley Cole, who didn't react too well to it. Gerrard. By Ziegler, and Ziegler will find Jordan Jacquiri here. Jacquiri, there's the trickery of the teenager. Into Inler. Now Jacquiri again. It really is the bright young hope of the Swiss. They have a good young generation coming through too. The under-17s were surprise winners of the Under-17 World Cup in Nigeria last November. He wasn't part of that squad. He was a first teamer already with his club Basel. The Swiss have made the most of the diverse nature of their country. Some 12 of those players at the Under-17 World Cup were of dual nationality. Players with Eastern European and African heritage. Here's Ashley Cole for England. And he finds James Milner. Milner for Rooney, promising here. Ashley Cole. Now Milner. That's the cross like from Milner. Takes on Degan. Now delivers the cross for Defoe. Offside. 10 minutes in the second half have gone, and it's as you were in terms of the score and in terms of the balance of play, with England pretty much calling the shots and the Swiss struggling to make too much inside the England half. Still, Joe Hart has not had a save, you'd say, to make. Benaglio forward for Switzerland. Too long for Dirdiok. This is Steve von Bergen. Von Bergen for Degan here. Hart has to come for this and couldn't use his hands. A brighter passage here for Switzerland. It's with Stefan Lichtsteiner. Crossing chance here. Lichtsteiner's ball in. Looking for Dirdiok. I think the ball had bent out before coming back in. Lichtsteiner doesn't agree with the Italian assistant. Good Italian too, playing with Lazio in Rome. Steiner, a fullback who signed for Lazio 2 years ago from Lille. 4 years ago against, of all teams, Brazil. I think was shown to Lichtsteiner for his reaction to the assistant there. First caution of the game goes the way of the fullback. Rooney with Schwegler, now David Degan into Alexander Fry. Can he get involved more, Fry? He's trying to play Degan in again. Lichtsteiner backs him up. This is David Degan now for Stefan Lichtsteiner. Degan. And Degan's cross. Jacquiri the target. Glenn Johnson picks it off though. And England clear, and now the break is on with Adam Johnson. Hinton came across and dancing on ice or on concrete. Johnson didn't quite get there. Jacquiri. Towards the hour point in the game, and I'm sure Fabio Capello is more than happy with the way his team have played, but sure would love that insurance policy of a second England goal. Good chances, certainly. Glenn Johnson forward here, looking to release the offside Jermaine Defoe. So far so good for Fabio, who certainly has, in terms of the English media at least, and the English public, something to prove. And a very lucrative contract. Adam Johnson. And he finds the opposite winger, James Milner. Little Jermaine Defoe is peeled away. Rooney in space. Gerrard and Johnson. And Glenn Johnson. It's Glenn Johnson who will go for goal. Benaglio down to get across and watch the ball away, the goalkeeper. Johnson strike. 1 goal for England against Mexico back in May. There's a good save in there from Benaglio, fingertips. Salzburg keeper with a fine stop. He took towards the hour point in the game. It's a Milner corner. Lichtsteiner will lead the Swiss charge. Lichtsteiner away from Milner, and then Milner catches him. And there's a yellow card there for James Milner. England's first of the game, and Milner's second of the qualifying campaign, booked late on against Bulgaria in the last game at Wembley on Friday. And that is as clear a yellow card as you'll see, to be honest, against James Milner. Schwegler. Lichtsteiner. Turn ball from Degen, not the best, but it'll be a Swiss throw. They make progress down this touchline, almost American football style. This is Lichtsteiner for Degen. Degen's cross towards Jacquiri. Now it's Xherdan Shaqiri. And he is fouled by Glenn Johnson. And certainly the teenager, since coming on, has given Glenn Johnson, a thing or two to think about. He's a proper winger, a tricky customer. And he will test plenty of fullbacks in the coming years. Only 18, not 19 till next month, the Swiss sub Xherdan Shaqiri. We'll hear an awful lot more of, I'm certain of that. An hour gone then in Basel. Alexander Frey's Swiss free kick, and it goes from Frey towards Degen. Joe Hartzell should be. There's a wet ball. His goalkeeping problems are evident at the last World Cup when the Green made that howler against the USA in the first game. They used 3 goalkeepers in the qualifying campaign. Ben Foster, David James and Robert Green. And both Green and David James at the World Cup itself. So goalkeeper's been an unsettled position for England in the last 3 or 4 years. David James now playing in the second tier with Bristol City. At 40, you'd suggest his international days are over now. So Hart has the chance to stake a claim for the goalkeeper's shirt for keeps. Robert Green not even in the squad after his World Cup embarrassment. Ben Foster and Scott Carson are the 2 goalkeepers who travelled for this game. This is David Degen. And Stev von Bergen. Good atmosphere inside the St Jakob Park tonight. One of the Swiss champions, for whom Xherdan Shaqiri plays. Here he is. Von Bergen for David Degen. Takes on Cole. Degen's ball in. Hart only half away. And Joe Hart there was not at his most decisive, let's say, when the ball comes in. Degen's cross and pat a cake from the England goalkeeper, but he got away with it. This moment of which there have not been many. He knows about the goalkeeping problems his team had in the summer. Rooney. He's a weighted ball for Adam Johnson, but Reto Ziegler will be there for Switzerland. Barry robbed by Gökhan Inle. Frey with him. Degen wants it also. It's meant for David Degen here. Degen for Alexander Frey. Blocked away. Here's David Degen again for Switzerland. It's by far the Swiss team's best spell this. It's Alexander Frey. Frey will keep on going across goal. Half blocked away. Gerrard after Johnson's initial block. Glenn Johnson's initial block. Adam Johnson can complete the clearance for England finally, but for the first time in the game really, England there were a little nervy, little shaken at the back. Ziegler's cross this time towards Derdiok. Well, better, much better from the Swiss in the last 5 minutes. Alexander Frey here, tried to pick out on the far post at Derdiok. Shaqiri. And then found neither, and England cleared. Well, here comes the change of approach. David Degenov for the 6'5" striker Marco Strella. The Basel player, 11 goals in 32 previous caps, 21 league goals in 29 for Basel last season. Always the Swiss public's most favoured international. He's certainly different. He's more angular, more direct. England settle those relative rookies at the heart of the England defence. That's the hope anyway for Ottmar Hitzfeld. But here goes James Milner for England. Ball stays in play too for Milner. And then Lichtsteiner comes across, and if that's a second yellow card, he could be off here. Lichtsteiner, he is. A goal down, a man down. Stefan Lichtsteiner shown his second yellow card. Both for fouls on James Milner, it must be said. He'll argue his case, but Nicola Rizzoli will not change his mind, and the Swiss now are down to 10 players. Does he get the ball first of all? No. Does he get the man? Yes. He's on a yellow card, and by the letter of the law, that is certainly a valid second yellow. Hitzfeld's plans will need a rejig again here. England in the here and now have a free kick. Defoe, Lescott, Jagielka, the three to aim for in the box. Rooney is there at the near post. On the edge, Milner and Adam Johnson are waiting here for what Gerrard can deliver. Gerrard's ball whipped into that near post and turned away by the head of von Bergen. Now the Swiss can break with Schwegler. He finds Fry. And then Barry, who says he won the ball. And he's given away a free kick. This is Gökhan Inlet. Alexander Fry. So the Swiss with a goal to find and a man to make up. Stefan Lichtsteiner sent off on the occasion his 34th cap. He's having a good game too, and then Gerrard with a heavy challenge on Pierre-Min Schwegler. One or two tempers beginning to boil and bubble here. Grichting goes in to have a say with the referee. First thoughts with Gerrard there was lucky to escape a yellow card for that. Only Milner of England has been cautioned tonight. Ziegler. And Grichting's lost the ball. And Jermaine Defoe trying to win the ball back off him, but in doing so fouled the Swiss centre-half. Midway through the second half, England at the moment, as much as a 1-0 lead can be comfortable, half that. Against 10 men as well. Grichting for the 10 men. Pierre-Min Schwegler. And finding Marco Strella. Up against Glenn Johnson here, Strella. And then Strella bites back at Johnson. The game suddenly has become a little heated after that yellow card, the second yellow card for Lichtsteiner. It's all getting a little unruly, and this man Rizzoli has his work cut out now to keep the game on an even keel. The guy's injured, and I think Darren Bent's going to come on to replace him anyway. I don't think the injury is the reason for the change. I think it's just a freshening up of the attack, but Defoe with the player to make way. Not just yet. Mark restarts. Defoe's gone down again. Well, having lost Michael Dawson for 6 weeks on Friday, I'm sure the Spurs manager Harry Redknapp is looking at Defoe's injury here and hoping and praying. Spurs will start their Champions League campaign next week. It's a great ball through for Adam Johnson here to seal the match. Adam Johnson, 2 goals in 2 qualifiers. England's rising star has sealed the win, perhaps, in Switzerland. Fabio and England's redemption continues. 4 goals on Friday, 2 so far tonight. Adam Johnson of Manchester City scored his first goal for England on Friday, now fires home his second, and their second tonight. Against 10 men, it's breathing space. Switzerland 0, England 2, Adam Johnson. Really calm head. Only his 4th cap, don't forget. 4 caps, 2 goals. Not a bad start to international life, is it? Took it really well. And that against 10 men might just be that. Defoe leaves on a stretcher. Not too much initially. As I say, I'm sure Harry Redknapp is looking on with real concern. Coming on is the former Spurs player, now with Sunderland, Darren Bent, who had such a prolific season last campaign, 24 goals in the Premier League for Sunderland. And here is Bent, who's never scored for England. 7th cap tonight, finds Rooney. Adam Johnson. Away to Gökhan Inlet. Strella. Derdiok. Good play, Derdiok. Now Shaqiri on the right-hand side. Xherdan Shaqiri. Shaqiri! Oh! How about that? The stuff teenage dreams are made of for Switzerland. Xherdan Shaqiri, 18 of Basel. His first goal for the Swiss is one he will never forget. There's hope for the 10 men. It comes from the boots of Xherdan Shaqiri of Basel, in Basel. The Swiss back in the game. It's a terrific goal. Xherdan Shaqiri. Super goal. And the game is on again. How about that from the 18-year-old, not 19 till next month. Xherdan Shaqiri. Make a note of that name. This is Gerrard looking for Bent. That's Benaglio's ball. On his own patch, Shaqiri has just made his name a little bit bigger in world football. He played a few minutes of the World Cup, a surprise inclusion in many respects in Hitzfeld's squad for South Africa. But here, against England, he has scored a goal of genuine quality. Gerrard, and he finds Rooney. Rooney still. This is Aaron Derdiok. Had a hand in that goal, a good run. It's wrong to find Shaqiri to get that Swiss goal. Well, Hart's clean sheet hopes have been shattered, but the goal was of a quality which very few goalkeepers would have been able to prevent. And here is Shaqiri again, playing really as in Lichtsteiner's absence as a right wing back, filling in defence when need be, and then pushing on to join the attack. Here's Alexander Frey. Pirmin Schwegler. Back goes Strella. Oh, Johnson's goal might not be the clincher after all. Swiss are back in this. They are a man light, don't forget. The red card for Lichtsteiner. Rooney. Rooney is a prodigious teen, was the play we're urged to make a note of his name. I'm sure the name of Xherdan Shaqiri will be known across Europe now. Ben Johnson for Gerrard for Darren Bent. Offside against Darren Bent, coming back from the offside position. Last 16 minutes in Basel. Fabio Capello's team with a slender 2-1 lead now. First goal against them in this qualifying group. And there's one of true quality. A rising star. This is Alexander Frey. Gökhan Inler. Still Gökhan Inler looks to clip the ball in towards Dirdiok, but there's Glenn Johnson for England. I'm sure would love to find a third goal now to really put the game to bed. Well, some teams just respond to having 10 men and grow. The Swiss had gone 2 behind, but suddenly, that goal from Shaqiri, they will believe they can do this. Barry for Rooney. The ball. Inler for Frey. Had a good game again, Alexander Frey. I'm sure his lack of goals and lack of form will be a concern for Otmar Hitzfeld. The penalty against the Australians in St Gallen on Friday was booed by the crowd as well. It's Rooney tries to get Milner away, but here goes Shaqiri again. Well, can lightning strike twice on a stormy night in Basel? Shaqiri, return ball for the precocious Shaqiri. Up against Ashley Cole, who says he won the ball. No card coming here for Ashley Cole. Similar to the challenge from Lichtsteiner, I guess, which got that yellow card, so understandable. 14 minutes to go. Ashley Cole into the notebook of Nicola Rizzoli. Switzerland 1, England 2, but this little man has given a nation belief again. Still 6'5", watched by Jolien Lescott. Lifting is a tall figure too, as is Dirdiok. There's height in there for Switzerland. Needs quality here from Alexander Frey. That's been lacking tonight so far. They've scored once. Can the 10 men score again to level the game? Alexander Frey's free kick towards Strella. Here's Xherdan Shaqiri again. Shaqiri's cross towards Strella. Joe Hart away with a good punch. Here's Gökhan Inler. Inler! Wide this time, but the Swiss with 10, making chances the 11 weren't. Good punch by Hart, comes out to Gökhan Inler, who took it on. And suddenly, quite as self-assured as they once were. Good change, Sean Wright-Phillips is going to come on. For Milner. Alexander Frey. Frey's ball clipped in towards Dirdiok. Jagielka with a very important touch in there. And Johnson away. Now Rooney. Great control. Bent is offside. Capello talking to the Italian fourth official, Mauro Bergonzi. Frey's ball is overhit. The Swiss haven't scored more than once in a game, by the way, for 10 games since a qualifier last autumn against Luxembourg, which they won 3-0 in Luxembourg. Now Sean Wright-Phillips will come on for England instead of Wayne Rooney. And Wayne's week has one of ups and downs. Tonight's about the up. Goal. Sean Wright-Phillips on to win his 35th cap, 6 goals in that time as well. None have been outside of England. Shaqiri with Darren Bent, who's robbed the Basel player, and gets it back from Barry. Well, Fry has been at the races tonight, the Swiss captain. A well below par performance. I saw him play for his club a couple of weeks ago, Basel, in the Champions League, and he was a different player. Must be short on belief. Estrella will close down hard, who for the first time took a touch with the back pass and was quickly closed down. This is Reto Ziegler or Stefan Grichting for Switzerland. Fry, von Bergen, Shaqiri. Mistake by Stev von Bergen. Fry, given away, played the pass blind. Here's Wright Phillips for England. Ashley Cole, Cole for Sean Wright Phillips here. Wright Phillips against von Bergen. Here's Milner. A shot over the bar in the end from that man Adam Johnson again. And at the moment, 10 minutes away from a 6-point start to life in Group G. Over Bulgaria on Friday, 4-0. Match test, though, as we thought would be, it's been a much more stiff one. 3 for Milner that time. Benaglio clear for the Swiss. Glenn Johnson with Aaron Dirdiok, play waved on. This is Adam Johnson again, who's had a wonderful game since coming on for Theo Walcott. He's won the free kick as well here. Grichting says dive. Yellow card, Stefan Grichting. He won the ball, I think, first, but the follow through caught Johnson. Yellow card for Grichting. With a free kick. Well, can they find a goal here to re-establish that 2-goal cushion? Shaqiri's goal has made them a touch edgy, maybe. Milner's free kick swung in towards Lescott. Foul by Jolyon Lescott. He's had a steady cap, Jolyon Lescott. He's 10th for England. From the player from Manchester City. Foul over Lescott, just pushing into the back of Marco Strella. Strella. That is Dirdiok. Phillips for England for Ashley Cole. Wright Phillips, way past Shaqiri. See, one or two English clubs will have their attention piqued by Shaqiri's performance tonight. These fans in good voice, their team in the lead, but only just. Milner, that's casual. Maybe an England throw that. Final Swiss change, and Schwegler coming off, and in his stead will come Marino Costanzo, a striker from Young Boys. Some gallant end of last season after scoring an impressive 14 league goals for them. So Costanzo on 22 against Austria in a friendly in August, only his 3rd cap. His debut against the Austrians in that August friendly. Can he do what his sub Shaqiri has done and score? Here is Costanzo for Shaqiri. Glenn Johnson. And 7 minutes away from victory. Adam Johnson. Johnson against Reto Ziegler. Adam Johnson rides the challenge, but Ziegler couldn't give up. only team of the World Cup to beat Spain and keep a clean sheet against Spain. But here they're beginning their Euro 2012 qualifying at the moment with defeat. Ashley Cole for England. Ashley Cole, Wright Phillips, Ashley Cole, across it goes looking for Darren Bent, but Grichting away for Switzerland, then Costanzo. Barry, no one there in a white shirt, it's going to be a Swiss throw. Steven Gerrard called the winner for Bulgaria a step on the long road to recovery. Well, that road has taken another step tonight. England have been clinical and have been much more offensive-minded than they were at the World Cup, when they really did just not perform. A reason for which we will never know, maybe. Joe Hart away then for England, looking for his clubmate Sean Wright Phillips, one of many clubmates in the England team. Stev von Bergen. Milner won't get there because Gökhan Inler will, and Milner's foot was high on Gökhan Inler, and Milner's on a yellow card too, so has to be pretty careful. This is the Udinese player Gökhan Inler. They're in Derdiok. And for Strella here. Marco Strella with Jagielka. There's Derdiok, the referee very keen to put his hands behind his back and not give in to those Swiss penalty appeals. And Johnson for Milner. And Wright Phillips here is onside. In the centre is Darren Bent. Wright Phillips couldn't quite reach Bent. That was the chance to seal the game there. And Wright Phillips knows he just had to get the ball across here with more weight on it. And Bent, who would have had a simple tap in here to open his England account. Just that final ball lacking. Ashley Cole. Milner, challenged from behind by Stev von Bergen. As things stand, it's going to be Don Fabio getting one over De General. That spell's going to be beaten by Capello unless the 10 men of Switzerland can rally in these last 3.5 minutes. This is Gareth Barry for England for Steven Gerrard. Adam Johnson, Glenn Johnson, Steven Gerrard. Scored both goals in the August friendly win against the Hungarians, their first game after the World Cup. Milner, Glenn Johnson. Adam Johnson. Adam Johnson's cross off the back of Stefan Grichting. Its biggest win of the Swiss came in Basel, 1963, an 8-1 away win. Quite that difference tonight. England have been, for the most part, the better team. Here's Ashley Cole, through to Darren Bent here! First England goal for Sunderland's Darren Bent. It's the clincher. 24 Premier League goals last season, and now Darren Bent, at the 7th time of asking, has his England account open. It's a night for English smiles, and there weren't many of those in the summer. Bent and co on course. Good finish, and the game is finished. The Swiss rally has come to nothing. Darren Bent, with his first goal for the full national team, is the man who seals things in Basel. Here's Bent again, looking for his second goal. Gerrard. Fired in strongly. Has been quietly efficient tonight, the captain. One of his worst ever games here for Liverpool some 6 years ago, when he was taken up at half-time by Gerard Houllier. Seems he learned much from that experience. But his return to Basel tonight has been a victorious one. It's going to be in a minute and a half's time. This is Julian Lescott. Wright Phillips. And again, Wright Phillips now for James Milner. Barry for Gerrard. Last minute of the 90. Plenty of Swiss seats beginning to emerge on the far side too as the home fans head for the exit door. Glenn Johnson here for Wright Phillips, who's onside. Wright Phillips for the cross, looking for Milner, but Benaglio claims it well. Jacquiri. Again, Xherdan Jacquiri. Strella. Gökhan Inler. A difference of +7 from 2 games. This is Alexander Fry. +6, I should say. This is Gökhan Inler for one who's the one Swiss goal tonight, Xherdan Jacquiri. Jagielka and Lescott have been at the back very strong tonight. That was Lescott's header away. Inside added time in Basel. It'll be 3 minutes extra. This is Alexander Fry for Rito Ziegler. Jagielka away for England. This is Costanzo. Passes Gökhan Inler and finds Jacquiri. Gökhan Inler. Phillips takes the ball away from him. And here goes Adam Johnson again, who's had a stellar night so far for England. Adam Johnson, who's had one of the 3 minutes of additional time. Gareth Barry. Ahead is Darren Bent. This is Ashley Cole. Barry, is there a 4th goal here for the Three Lions? All 3 do. Wright Phillips, away from Costanza. Adam Johnson. Milner for Adam Johnson. Last 90 seconds of added time. England heading towards those 3 points now against the 10 men of Switzerland. Now the olays for every successful English pass. Gareth Barry. Last 60 seconds then in Switzerland. England's first game in this country for 12 years. It's going to be a victorious return. Barry, bit of a keep ball here to finish the game. It's going to be Ashley Cole into Darren Bent, looking for Milner. Strella. Ziegler for Strella. Away past Milner. Down in the last, 12, 11, 10 seconds or so now. This is Alexander Fry. Fry's ball in. Jagielka away for England. There's Gökhan Inler, and now it's Costanzo. And that's full time. England's summer of crisis now is firmly behind them. Wayne Rooney, under so much scrutiny tonight, got them going with an early goal on 10 minutes. But the Swiss down to 10 men in the second half when Stefan Lichtsteiner was sent off. Soon were 2 behind. Second goal in qualifying for Adam Johnson. Teenage star for the Swiss pulled one back through Xherdan Jacquiri. But then a first England goal for Sunderland's Darren Bent was the clincher, the decider. It's 2 wins from 2 in Group G for England. England are back and they mean business. Full time here in Basel then. Switzerland 1, England 3.